it's the gardening astronomer. Here I am in my garden shed on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in June, and I'd like to take you on a tour of the garden, starting with my herbs. So let's get started. Most of my herbs are in this planter, which is conveniently located on our rear deck outside the patio door to the dining room and only steps away from the kitchen. So that's where most of the herbs are. And unfortunately, I lost many of my perennial herbs this winter because we had a renovation done to our deck. And I had to move the herbs out of the planter and back in, and I lost some of them. So I have replaced those, and some of them survived. So I'll point those out as I go along. Here we have on the left some lavender, which is new, and some tarragon, which is one of the herbs I've had for many years. This is a new herb or a spice. I got a ginger root, and I'm going to try that out. That's an experiment this year. And here's some parsley that I got from a transplant. A couple of rosemaries, which are new. Oregano, which is new. A couple of thyme plants, which are new. This is a thyme plant which barely survived and is making its way back, so I've got quite a lot of thyme. Here's some flat leaf parsley, which is new. Some summer savory, which I grew from seed myself. And this is a little prize winter savory. I unfortunately lost winter savory that I'd kept going for many years, but I had to replace it, and that looks healthy. And then we have our chives, and over here in a small pot by itself in the sun is some basil. On my herb planter, I've got some little trees that I'm trying to grow, kind of bonsai. Well, that's a geranium on the left, and then there's a couple of lilac suckers that I planted, and that's I think it's a hazelnut tree that was sprouting in my garden. This is a tree I grew from a seed from Cuba. Interesting to see how that works out. Got a couple of mountain ash, which grow almost like weeds. This is actually a kind of poinsettia that I kept going since Christmas. And then I've got a couple of Japanese maples that sowed themselves, and then I guess a Norway maple that I just pulled up out of the ground. So those are my perennial part of my garden. I've got some mint. Now that's growing in a pot embedded in the ground so it doesn't spread. And over there's a little bit of lemon balm. There's some more mint over there in another pot. And this ginormous thing is lovage. It's never been this big before. This is an interesting perennial herb that tastes like celery, very strongly like celery. And it has never grown so high before. And finally, down here, a new sage plant. I had a sage plant that died, and this is a new one.